Hi everyone. So as you see from the screen, my name is Teetee, or like Chinese name Jian. And today I will introduce about Thailand. So the first thing would be like the greeting of Thailand, which is like very specific and different from other countries. It is. But then before that, I would like to briefly introduce about the countries. In which the area is around 513,000, which is like 14 times higher than Taiwan. And then the population is around 67 million, which is like around 4 times higher than in Taiwan. As you can see, that area is like 13 times higher, but the population is 4 times higher. But actually in Thailand it is so crowded because some space like people cannot live in that because like it's restricted to some like government or the monarchy. Yeah, and language is like Thai, and the currency is Thai baht, which is like very equivalent to Taiwan dollar. You can like for 1.0 something to 1.2 Thai baht can be exchanged to 1 Taiwan dollar. So it's not that different, and you can like directly infer to the change in amount. And the capital city is Bangkok, is also where I come from. And then next is the greeting that I talked about, and we will like put 2 hands together in the middle, and we will call this as Y. Yeah, Y. And then like normally you can just like barely put it together, but like theoretically you will have to like make a space in the middle. It's like similar to like the lotus shape, the flowers, the lotus flowers. Yeah. And then when you put your hand together like as a Y, you will like say Sawati, which is like hello. Sawati. And then there's like 2 polite forms, which is different forms like together. If you are a girl, you will say like ha. Yeah. And if you are a boy, you will say proud. Yeah. And it's like depend on the gender of the speaker. So no matter who you are talking to, whether it's like a girl or boy, if you are a girl, you will always say ha. Yeah. So it depends on the speaker. And then like the why thing is like you just have a different kind or different level. It's not just all the same. But you can still like not follow the rules strictly, but I will just briefly introduce so that you know like different levels. So the level 3 is like you why people of the same age. So in this case, you will put like the thumb on the chin, and then the index fingers on the nose. Yeah, and just like roll briefly. And this is for like people the same age. But nowadays, like people of the friend age is like friends, and we don't usually why each other. We just like hey, hi. Yeah, but like traditionally, you will have to like why each other as well. And then the level 2, which like it still exists till today, when you invite elder like your mom's friend, dad's friend, or like teacher, professor. In which this like level we step up, in which like the thumb finger will be at the nose, and the index finger is like between your elbow. And you will go like lower. Yeah. And this one also when you want, you will say like Swatika or Swatika to the recipient. And then on the level 3, it's like specifically for you when you like want to white monk, in which like it's also step upwards. So in this case, your thumb will in between the eyebrow. And like you can see that they will go like almost 90 degrees. It's like very hard to do as well. And then in the case the recipient will just like put their hand together on the chest area to accept Y. because that is will be both way. But in real life or in real circumstance, you don't have to actually like perform the step perfectly. If you ever inside like meet professor, I can just like put hands together and nod, and then like run over and go my own way. Yeah. And this case is like what I usually done, like from primary school to around university level. So that's why when I came here first, I was very like awkward when I run into professor. Like, should I still why them? Like then I like, okay, just know that then like raise them, yeah. But like if you're like in Thai, it's very normal when you say it, just like put your hands together and then the recipient will like recognize. Because here when I just like bow my head, I will feel nervous whether if they like recognize that I greet them or if they just think that I look at the ground. Yeah, so it's like kind of a problem here that I'm not like familiar about. So after you know how to greet each other, I want to introduce how you like call each other, like the name conventions in Thai. In which the name in Thai, you will have like the first name, last name, and your nickname. And like normally, people will just call each other by nickname because the first name is very long. The last name is also very long. And this is like the examples of my name. As you can see, like Priyatida Thawon Prasad. Can you pronounce that? Priyatida Thawon Prasad. Yeah. And like the name, you have like a specific meaning. You will have like a dictionary devoted to translate each Thai name. So that when like they want to give a birth, they will look at the dictionary to find a suitable name for the child. And this one you can see like Tida in with like the two last words in my name actually mean daughter. Yeah. So if like you see this name in like Thai people, you will see you know for sure that that's a girl because it means daughter. And Pia is actually means beloved, so it's like beloved daughter. Or you can like have a different combination. Like some of my friends named Natida, and Nat is like philosopher, so it's like a daughter of philosopher. Yeah. And there's like a different combinations as well, and you can recognize from the name that this person is a girl, this person is a boy. And Thawon Prasad also have a meaning. Like Thawon is like eternity, and Prasad is like people. So like people for eternity. And like the surname is very long, so only people who are related, like parents, friends, cousins, uncle, aunts, they will have the same surname. While people outside country or related will not have the same surname. So by surname is like used to recognize who are related to each other. And like my name Teetee is like just a given name from parents, so it's not written in any official documents. And this can also be changed by the person later on. It's just like the way people call each other because, as you can see, the name is too long. And like, as I mentioned that the last name is like very unique in each family, but there's also an exception. In which like if you have a C person with a last name start with the word Sa, it's like signify that there's a Chinese descent. Sa is like actually come from to sing, I think. So you can have like Sa-Wan, Sa-Lim or Sa-Zang. It's actually like one, the Zang that's from like Chinese surname. In which you can see that people from different families can have the same surname because they may come from like different towns that are alive in Thailand. Actually, at first, I also like having this test but my grandfathers want to work like in the government setting, so they have to change surname into Thai. Yeah. And then I will give examples of like the famous or common nickname used in Thailand. You can say that for a girl, you can have nickname as Nam, which is like mean water. Or you can have a name like Punch. Actually, it's like in Thai, it means like the fruits. But as you see, like in English, it can be like punchy starters. So when they want to go abroad, they will like change the nickname from by themselves something. Hat is also like a fruit, and then ice. You know ice in the water. Like you together with water. And for the boy, you can have like the nickname bank. The place that you withdraw money, they just call bank. And then the boys they also have ice. Ice is very common name. I have like around 5 to 10 of them named ice. In which in the classroom we have to classify. So something we can talk ice with glasses, ice without glasses, and ice who is a boy. So to make sure that we don't call like wrong person. And then there's also a boy who named a boy. And then there's also called Arm as well. Arm is also one of the common nicknames. Like come from this, your arm. And also someone can like names after alphabet. Like the common one would be like A, B, C. And then jump to P. P is also very common. And to distinguish, nowadays there's like one very famous singer or actor. His name as well is called P, but it's like common, so he changed to PP. To distinguish and like be unique. But for my nickname, as I said, it's like Teetee. It's like kind of very different from others already, because like less people use that. Like the close one would be like someone named Teetee. It's like a different in the tone. But for Teetee, it's like very few. And Teetee is like directly meaning hit. Just hit, yeah. Inside it means hit. I also asked my parents why they give me this nickname. They just said that, oh, I ran out of ideas. I just wanted to be unique nickname. So just mean hit, yeah. And after you know about how to greet or to name, then I will like introduce food or tourist spots. In which I will first show you like the video that from the promoting tourism in Thailand. That's the story in Thai. You can just look at the video.
ผจญภัยที่ค้นพบที่ดูแลความสวยงามที่ยั่งยืนที่เดินทางที่สร้างความสุขให้ทุกคนเมืองไทยสวยกว่าที่เคยรู้จักรักกว่าที่เคยรู้สึกเที่ยวเมืองไทย Amazing ยิ่งกว่าเดิม
And that's just like a summary that the snapshot like is tourist spot. And then
ยิ่งเดินทาง
and I would say that like in Thailand you can like divide into the 6 main regions. Like just north, east, central, west, south. But then there's maybe an extra one which is like a northeast. Not many people reside there. So it's like being a separate regions. And the one highlighted in red is like the most of the people live there. So it's like being a major one. And in today's talk, I will focus on these four main regions about the food or some recommendatory places. First is the northern region, which is as I said, this is north of Thailand. So most of the area is a mountain, and it's colder than other regions. So most of the food is you eat a fresh vegetables with a sauce. You can see that there's a two sauce, which is very famous in Thailand for our regions, but it's come from the northern regions. It's the first two, as you can see that is similar to both, which is the Nam Creek, and Nam is water, and Creek is chili. So it's chili, water, sauce, something like that you can actually eat with the fresh vegetables. And it's different kind of meat. Nam Creek Ong is you can have pork and tomato radish together. And Nam Creek Ong is a northern Thai green chili dip. And it's I will show a little of the procedure of making so that you can know the ingredients inside. Just for me to know the ingredients. So for Nam Creek Ong, you will have that big green chili, the red onions, and the garlic being grilled and then smashed together into Nam Creek. And degree of spiciness will differ from store to store, depend on how many chili you put inside. But yeah, for people will think that the spicier the better. And then for this one, you will still have a chili, but this one is a dry chili, which mix together the garlic and the red onion as well. But this one they will be fried with tomato and the pork into Nam Creek Ong. So in Nam Creek Ong you will have the meat inside. That can still go on with the fresh vegetables. But in this case you will see that it's very similar to Tao Pao soup, but it's actually not. For Tao Pao soup you will have the leaf, and that leaf is called Tao Pao. So it's a similar to name, so maybe that's why we call it Tao Pao. And that leaf with the pork will fry together. And this will become Tao Pao. So the specific thing what you need to think of the Tao Pao soup is the leaves, the Tao Pao leaves that you will have to have. But many stores here have a hard time of finding Tao Pao leaves, so they sometimes use alternative leaves instead. And you can see the taste will be slightly different. And for the famous tourist spot in this you may know is in Chiang Mai or Chiang Mai province. Since you will see the sea of fog because it's a mountain, and this is the traditional gates. They are in the same province. And for the next one is the northeastern. It's also north in the north part, so it's a little cold, but the temperature is more dry. So the food is I think you all know because it's very famous here, which is the som tam, or that name Tan Ching Equal So it's called that so much. But actually there's a different type of som tam. And within the pictures on the middle, it's you can see that the main one is that they have a peanut and a dry shrimp. And in this case, it's called som tam Thai, or Thai style som tam. And within this one, the taste will be not that spicy because you have peanuts and dry shrimp to reduce the spiciness. But if you more traditional one that people usually taste, will be the crab, which is you will have this one is the salty crabs, and in the water they will add that fermented fish paste or museum to make it more spicy or more concentrated. But I think someone may confuse it with miso, which is this one is also fermented fish sauce, but it's not the same one. Actually fermented fish sauce It's like used to dressing many of the food. In like Pao, you also add fish sauce. But if you want, you have add too many food. It's like a normal dressing, but like you think it's like specific to make the taste of the somtam. So this one will be like a spicier. There's also different kinds in which you can add noodles inside as well. And like the dark color is preferred to Yujian, which is the further taste. And there's like a problem with like the menu that someone has actually posted on social media that despite that many different kind of somtams, they are translated into somtams. Because it's like the different price. So like the foreigners may have to like gamble with kind of food they want to take. Yeah. This might be like a headache because it's like different words and then it's an additional adaptations that make it like more variety. And then the tourist spot is like also the mountain, but this one will be more like a hiking. Different from the north that people just go to see like a snowfall and enjoy the scenarios. In the northeastern part, people will usually go for hiking. And this one is like the national park, which is like in the Royal province. Which like my father used to go, and he's already talked about that. That one day he will take me and my sister go, but up until now I haven't been there yet. He just like tell stories several times. And this is like the central region, in which most are like the flat surface. So many people have been there. And Bangkok is also in this region. In which the main food is like tom yum or sona chang. In which you can see that there's like two kind of soup. The clear soup, and it's actually like called not clear soup. Like there's no specific word for that, and like the way of making is similar. In which for the not clear soup one, they just add additional of chili paste and meat. And this depends on the one who like it. Like whether they want this one or another one. But both of them are like equally famous. So you will have like a famous brand of instant noodles that incorporate both of the taste. In which this one will correspond to the clear soup, and that one is like correspond to the not clear soup. Because both of them like many people eat it. There's no specific one that is like more famous than others. And you can see like the chili here is different from the chili that is either used in somtam or in the Nam Prik in the northern region. And actually this chili is like spicier than other chilies. And this one is like called bird eye chili, which is like smaller in size. So chili is smaller but spicier than other chili. So there's like a famous song that names after this chili to say that like even though you're small, but you have like more texture. Yeah. And this is just the comparison of different kind of chili. We can see that this chili is used in somtam, and that big green chili is used in Nam Prik Noi. And for the chili that is like used in Tom Yum is this area, which is like smaller, and there's like a different degrees of the size, depends on like the specific brand and where it's like grown. And like this central region is flat area, so most of the tourist spot is actually temple. Like people in the central regions normally go to temple, and this is like a famous temple, like located in Bangkok. There's like having an emerald Buddha, like the Buddha is like deep in the green color, so it's like more famous that people go to. And it's actually located in the central of Bangkok. So most of the places where you drive through, you can see it. Kind of similar to Taipei 101, but it's not that high. So it's like if you very far away, you cannot see it. And then next, the last one is like the southern region, in which this one is like more connected to the sea. And this is the food that is like famous here. You can find like stir-fried pork with yellow curly paste. In which the way of doing it is to fry pork with, you can see that there's like a chili paste with that there's like mixed together, add water and then add chili. And that chili paste is made from the combination of this, also smashed together. So you actually have 3 types of chili in this food. This bird's eye chili, like the chili that is used in some time that you have chopped out, and the chili that's like you use when you fry. So this one is the most spicy one. I would say even with me, I also feel that it's very spicy. And since this region is like connected to sea, so most of the tourist spot is like the island or like snorkeling, and this one is one of the famous one, which is Got Tao. In which Tao is like turtle, because they say that the shape is look like turtle. And this is like in Thailand province. And aside from this Got Tao, we also have many different islands that people normally visit. Yeah. And after this, I want to introduce like one festival, which is like celebrated in all of the region in Thai, which is like the Thai New Year, or Songkran festival. In this year, it's called like活力四射的泰國, which is like from 13 April to 15 April. And as you can see that at first it starts with like pour water on the hand of the elders into like throwing water at each other. Because like at first they would say that this April month is the hottest month in Thailand. In which sometimes it can reach like 40 degrees. So you can take this like throwing water to alleviate it. And which as first as I say, it's like to pour the water on the hand of the elders. And that water, the introduction to it. And that water is like dressing with many different kind of the flower petals. And they add like that water that mixed with the powder. And then just pour water on like the elders' hand. It's like they say that to ask for like the good fortune during the year. They say like to ask for forgiveness and to ask for like the blessing during the year. Like down today is like become a festival that many people play together by throwing water. And this is like the road that many people like feel that for like the water festivals. And actually you can see that someone have like powders on their face. It's the same powders that like they add to the water that flow to the elders. It's like to make you feel colder.
fun so far. Yeah, really good. We've not been to one of these yet, so it was a bit of a surprise when we arrived in Bangkok. Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's really good. So we don't have this back home, so it's nice. Everyone's so fun about it, and yeah, it's good. Yeah, everyone's really happy. How long was it in Thailand? About a month, 45 days. So yeah, very excited. So far, we're loving Thailand. Yeah.
So this one is many people go through, and then I used to taste as a kid, but as I grow up, I lazy to get question and change it. There's a meme in which we say that the older you are, the less likely you will pray as something. And then someone said that maybe you get too fast. Yeah. And that's all for the content. Any questions?
I have one question is did you hear right elephant in Thailand? I'm curious about this issue.
You didn't write it as daily life, but they will have the right of elephants at the tourist place that will allow tourists to sit around and then take a pictures. Yeah. No? So maybe we can jump to apocalypse. Yeah. And the first question is, what is the currency that is used in Thailand?
Just raise your hand if you have the answer. Okay.
Yes. Yeah, 10 baht.
Okay.
Okay, then another question. How do you say hello in Thai?
Yes.
Yeah? Yeah. That's good. And then next, what is the name of the chili that is used in Tom Yum? Yeah?
Anybody remember? No.
The chili is name of chili. Yeah. Put aside. And the next one. When is Thai New Year?
April.
Oh, people.
April 13 to 15.
We'll give your gifts after.
Okay. And then the last question is I guess, in which if you say the number, I will say it's higher or lower. So how many provinces are there in Thailand? So maybe it's close enough when you feel okay. So anyone want to guess?
You can just guess.
Yeah.
20.
20?
No, it's higher.
Higher, okay.
30.
Higher.
50.
Higher. Still higher.
80.
Lower. Yeah, 70 something.
73.
Higher.
77.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. At first, there are 76, but then, the government want to have another province, so they have divided, and now we have 77. And that's